Welcome. I'm Electra Porzel. I am the director of the Language of Consciousness Institute. And today I'm talking to you not from that position, but being as somebody who is reminded how much we really are of each other's lives. You know, one of the things about the United States for sure is that we're supposed to be do it by ourselves, you know. I had a friend today say, well, she learned that by being raised in the West. Well, I was raised in the West and the East, in the Midwest, and I can tell you, pretty much Americans think I got to do it by myself. Pull yourself up by your own bootstrap, right? But we also are listening to, like Hillary Clinton's, it takes a village to raise a child. If we really look at how we as a nation and we as a people have succeeded is because we were, the phrase I use is one with another, which means a lot more than I'm standing in a room with you, or I'm a member of a group you belong to. What it means is I've got your back and you've got mine. We listen together, we discover together, we experiment together. And in this process from this morning, just to back up, these are people who have written what we call, which is a template, a creation exercise based on a template from the language of creation. Now, these templates have you write on a subject, something you're craving, or crave something that you're craving, what it could be more for you, and other topics. But each of the phrases that you use, you say, craving, um, craving feeling supported, creates. And then what would be a life generating phrase or a life enhancing phrase that you might use for that? So you're not going to talk about what comes to mind is something that's like, nobody's ever going to do it. I'm all by myself. Then you're going to write something that's very positive. Craving feeling supported creates being hugged. Creating being hugged sustains and maintains a feeling that everybody has my back. Sustaining, maintaining, which is the next phrase you're doing, a feeling that everybody has my back embodies what feeling supported is for me is safety and security. So what you do when you write a template like that is you'll write 3 different recursions. I just did that one right off the top of my head. And then you do a summary recursion. And what that actually does in the alignment of the way the template was created was it is like the golden mean, where everything in the world is created mostly from that structure of the golden mean. The Fibonacci spiral is an example, but if you look at all your fruits and your vegetables and even the human body, you can see that spiral was created in everything. And anyway, these templates are created on the same. So by the time you end up writing those 4 recursions, you've discovered a deeper depth of yourself and created something that you wouldn't have created in your normal languaging, even if you were doing intentions 99% of the time. So what these people did was they each wrote on their own topic what we call a template 3, which is craving what something is for me is. And craving X, what X is for me is. And then they take each of those phrases and they write another template 3 on that phrase. So if I said, craving what feeling supported is for me is feeling, I can't remember what I said. But the phrase, you go deeper. You can sense that when you say, wow, you have to write that. And even when I write them, I go like, well, what, that beginning phrase really sounded really good to me. But as I write each of the template 3 on each of the 4 phrases in the first recursion, I discovered depths that I really meant. Or I'm opening up to having in my life. So this is a group of people who have been doing it, one, on their own. So they're doing their own writing. They're not writing together. And secondly, they come together once a week to share what is going on in their lives and with the writing of the templates. And it's amazing. We're in the 4th week or 5th week of the project. And there are stories about people experiencing past ways of being, like, I'm a survivor no matter what, I will endure. Or this is a mesmeration of mine that I'm repeating. Or I really didn't finish this. I thought I had finished that relationship, but I hadn't. And these are all things that start to arise individually, may not have a lot to do in what I would call an obvious way with the template itself. And sometimes it does. But what we're talking about is a willingness on each person's part to open up to that which they can release of old habits and open up to new ways of being that they didn't think that they could be or were before. And people shared it this morning. It's a tender, tender time. It's a loving time. And it's when we all recognized that because we chose to do it together, even though it's an individual exercise, but we chose to do it together, we created a field where all could be supported and make it through. Because I think all of you have had the experience of coming against up an old habit and just reverting to the same way you've always handled it. So you were coming up to a new recursion of handling something, and instead of moving through it, you didn't have the strength or the support. You just fell back to an old way of handling it. And this being with another in the intention of opening up to more of themselves, allowed everyone in that group to shift more into who they want to be, shift more into who they came here to be, than continue the old patterns that we've been repeated ad nauseum. So what I'm just saying is explore the templates, explore unpacking the templates with others. We do a lot of group activities in the Language of Consciousness Institute. We teach you individual things that you can do. And I really, really urge you to be with others in the field. We're going to create a new future for the children coming up if we listen and be with one another so that we can be different. And being different, we create a new future for them because we set a space that they think is just the norm. Everybody does it, right? And it's a delight. It's been a delight being part of the group. It's been a delight going through with them what they are experiencing and what I'm experiencing. I was moved to recognize things about myself by listening to them. And by listening to them, I opened up to the more of whom I could be, not just the wonder of who they are, but the wonder of me. So I wish you that gift, one way or another, that you get to open up to the wonder of you. Have a wonderful week, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.